Hello everyone, my name is Shin, and today I'm going to talk about the European exploration of Asia and the Americas. The age of exploration. So let's start. The reasons for sailing is because they got traded. Gold, silk, and spices were great demand in Europe, but they wanted to pay high prices. But traveling to land from Europe to Asia on land, that was a little too far. The countries were like here. They were right here where they meet the sea, and whenever they try to walk on land, it takes about a lot of years. And to India, right here, it takes a lot of time. See? So what they wanted to do is to find shorter routes. They found that they could use sea routes since airplanes hadn't been even invented that time. Portugal led the way. Yikes! See this little sliver of green here? That is Portugal. They led the way. The Portuguese Prince Henry the Navigator, set some ships to explore the western coast of Africa. They just sailed down and down and down slowly. They came here. They did not round the Cape of Good Hope, the southern tip of Africa. They just came back home. Anyways, then too, Bartholomew Diaz came from Portugal. It went down, and then as he went down, he rounded the southern tip, the Cape of Good Hope, the southern tip of Africa, but he did not enter the Indian Ocean. He just came around, like he was stupid. Hello again. But he was not stupid. He just wanted to go there. Where was it? Third, the Vasco da Gama went sailing down and down and down, and he rounded the Cape of Good Hope, and then he entered the Indian Ocean. He reached to India, and then they traded lots of good prices and spices, and then when he came home, he told everyone about it. And then they found water routes. But Christopher Columbus, an Italian, and Italy is this boot-shaped country, which looks like it's kicking a soccer ball. And so he thought he could sail west to get to India. That time, they didn't know there was North and South America, even Central America. So he thought that he could sail west to get there. Since Italy wouldn't let him, he came to Spain, and then the king and queen, with the queen's name is Isabella, and the king's name is Ferdinand, and then they gave him some money for the three ship sponsor. When Christopher left from Spain, he kept on going west. But when he thought he was gonna go to India, he spotted land. It was not India. He found out it was a new world. He just told everyone else in Europe about it. Even the Asians never knew about it, and they were known now. Those ship, and well, I liked as I talked about those three ship missions. The name of the three ships are the Pinta, the Nina, and Santa Maria. Funny names though. Then after that, Ferdinand Magellan decided to go all the way around the world. He started from Spain. He went to west. as he came there, he went to the west for a little bit until he came here. Then he kept on going to the south. As he came south, he went to South America, the east coast of South America. Then he rounded the southern tip of South America, and then he entered the Pacific Ocean. As he went there, ouch! They arrived at the Philippines. Just a minute. They arrived at the Philippines, this little green glob of land. Right here. But then when Magellan was there, he was killed in the Philippines. But his crew went south to Australia, right here, and then they kept continuing to the west. As they went west, they rounded the Cape of Good Hope, and then they returned back home to Spain. Here. Magellan's crew was the first crew to achieve the first circumnavigation of the world, and then the Dutch, which is the Netherlands, the Dutch, the French, and the English entered the race of global exploration too. We call this time the Age of Exploration, or the Age of Discovery, and it happened in the 15th and 16th century. Now I'm going to talk about those sea routes again, but with this map. It's much easier, okay? Because I don't need to move this globe. Anyways, the first sea route, which was sent by Prince Henry the Navigator, started from Portugal. I'll show it to you. This little red thing, this little red dot, piece of land. He went to Africa, but he did not round the Cape of Good Hope. He went to here, and then he came back to Portugal. After that, Bartholomew Diaz started from Portugal, and then he was the first to round the Cape of Good Hope, but he just turned away and back to his own home. Third, just a minute, please. Thirdly, Vasco da Gama went all the way from Portugal, rounded the Cape of Good Hope to India, this little yellow blob of land. He returned back. And fourth, actually I'll fourth from the Spain, after Christopher Columbus discovered America. Ferdinand Magellan went west of the Atlantic Ocean. After a little while, after almost a little bit south of Greenland, he went to the west, and then he started going down and down to the south of the Atlantic Ocean. He traveled at the east coast of South America. He rounded the tip of South America, southern tip of South America. Then he entered the Pacific Ocean, represented by this green line. After a while, after a few weeks of sailing, they arrived at the Philippines. Magellan was killed there. But his crew went to the south, to Australia, went back to the west, rounded the southern tip of Africa, also known as the Cape of Good Hope, rounded it, and then they went back home. Magellan's crew achieved the first circumnavigation of the whole entire world. Then after a little bit about that time, you know what happened. French, Dutch, and English just came into the race. And that is how they got the name. The Age of Exploration, or the Age of Discovery, from 15th century to the 16th century. I hope you enjoyed this video very much. I'll see you next time. Bye!